Hi guys, welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm making Instant Pot easy beef stew. Alright guys, I'm starting out here. I have roughly 2 pounds of eye of round steak, and I purposely bought cheap meat because the Instant Pot's going to make it nice and tender. So I'm just going to real quick season this with some salt and pepper. Just want to make sure you cover all your meat. A little bit of salt. And guys, this is a quick and easy take on a classic beef stew. You're not going to believe how easy it is. Now I'm going to take a little bit of flour and lightly dust my beef cubes. This is going to help thicken up our gravy, brown these up, and as these brown, they're going to put off moisture. That's going to help absorb that. Okay, that's looking good, guys. Now I have my Instant Pot set on saute high, and it's hot. I'm going to add in some olive oil. Probably about 4 tablespoons. And I'm going to fry my stew meat in batches, because if we throw it all in there at once, it's going to sweat the pot. It's going to put a lot of excess juices, and it's just going to steam in it. We want to get nice and brown. So I'm going to do this in 2 batches. Once I get my stew meat all browned up, I'll bring you guys back. Alright, now that all of my steak is browned up, I turn my Instant Pot off because it's mighty hot, as you can see. I have 1 medium onion I diced up. We're going to get that in there and saute that for a minute in there. And like I said, the Instant Pot's more than hot enough to handle that. So I'm going to go ahead and saute that onion for a few minutes till it starts to turn translucent and soften up. Alright, now that my onion's sauteed for a few minutes, I have all this burnt on juices on the bottom here. They call it a fond. I'm going to dump in 4 cups of beef broth. And we're going to deglaze the bottom of the pot. And that's important because if you don't do that, you're going to get a burn notice and your Instant Pot will shut off. And we don't want that to happen. So I turn this back on. I set on saute. And I'm just taking my wooden spoon here. And I'm going to work it around in there as this heats up and work that crust layer off the bottom. Okay, now that I have the bottom of my pot pretty well deglazed, and guys, that's also added flavor down there, I'm going to add a little bit of salt. I'm going to go for probably about a teaspoon of salt. I'm also going to add in a little bit of accent. What accent is, it's MSG. This is optional, guys, but it gives it a really good flavor. I'm going to go for about a half a teaspoon of that. And that has less sodium than salt, so you don't have to worry about getting a sodium overdose there. I'm going to put my beef cubes back in there. And I have some red skin potatoes I cut up into big chunks. I'd say it's probably about 2 pounds of potatoes we're going to get in here. Just want to get them right down into your pressure cooker. Almost got them all in there, guys. Give that a stir. Get the potatoes down in there. Now I'm going to put my lid on here. I'm going to set this to pressure cook on high pressure for 6 minutes. After my 6 minutes are up, I'm going to do a quick release of the pressure. Alright guys, my 6 minutes are up. I did that quick release of the pressure. Now I turn this on saute high. And over here in a bowl, I have 4 cups of cold water and add in 6 packs of this brown gravy mix. And this stuff's cheap if you buy the store brand. It's like 30 cents a pack. So that's 4 cups of water and 6 packs of brown gravy mix. I'm going to dump that down into the Instant Pot. And you have to use cold water, guys, because if you mix this with warm or hot water, it's not going to blend smooth for you. Now I have a 12-ounce pack of frozen peas and carrots. I put them in the microwave for 3 minutes to warm them up and soften them up a little bit. We're going to get them down into the pot. I'm going to give this a stir. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to allow this to come up to a boil, and I'm going to let it boil for a few minutes until that gravy thickens up. And I'll taste it for seasoning. We should be good on the salt, but I'll check it then. Okay guys, my beef stew's starting to come up to a boil here. You can see how nice and thick and beautiful it's getting. I didn't need to add any more salt to this. The only thing I added was a little bit of black pepper, and I added a little bit of celery seed. about a half teaspoon of each. Now if you want to use fresh celery, we throw that in when you add in your potatoes when you start to pressure cook. So this is ready to go. Let's go ahead and fix up a bowl and see what we got. Alright guys, let me get in here and give this a try. See how nice and beefy that looks. That gravy thickened it up. I could let it cook longer, get thicker, but we don't want to eat a bowl of gravy. We want to eat a bowl of beef stew. Let me get a piece of beef or two. Remember guys, this is that cheap brown steak, 4 something a pound. My beef is nice and tender. The peas and carrots, they're cooked through. They have a slight little bit of snap to them. They're not mushy. Try some potato here too. That's really good. Hot, but really good. Potatoes are tender. They're not mush. Has a good beefy gravy flavor to it. That's really good, guys, and it wasn't hard at all. Alright, there you have it. Instant Pot Easy Beef Stew. Give it a try. Thanks for watching, and until next time, I'll see ya.